Welcome! I'm here with you on this lovely digital day number too many, snow day too cold. And we're going to talk about how I take notes. Alright, so history major, doubled as a classics major, so lots of reading, lots of writing. And this is kind of the method I developed, and then I changed it a little as I started to learn how to teach you guys all of this content in our AP histories. So this is something that will be useful for you if you're watching this as AP World. Use it in AP World, AP US, AP Euro, AP African American Studies. It will help you all the way through. If you major in anything in humanities, this is also still a really, really great tool. You'll just tweak it because I use the CED to help guide what I put on my notes. Now, my notes are a flashcard method. All right, so I like to be able to manipulate and move it around. That's why I get so stressed when it's like people have all these like aesthetic notes with I can't, that's too stressful to make it permanent. That is, I have commitment issues. It's fine. But notes shouldn't be permanent. History is not permanent. History is not fact, it's interpretation. So I need to be able to move it around in order to see all these connections, especially here in the AP histories where it makes you make these connections. It's not just regurgitate the timeline like it is in, CP and honors history. So here is kind of how I start off. First off, you need a handy dandy notebook, Blue's Clues styles. You need pens, and of course I'm obsessed with all things rainbow, so I have multiple colors because I do color code. And you need, here's the thing. I'm poor. In college, I was poor. I made note cards out of paper. What? I know. It's called paper. They make it out of trees. I know. So if you don't have index cards, you can make them out of full sheets of paper. Fun fact for you, once you realize my template, you can actually type it up on, let's say, a Google Doc and then print it. The key thing is here, though, you need to be handwriting this, all right? Your brain doesn't know what this is and zones out. Starts daydreaming about Bay or starts daydreaming about being a ninja or a samurai or whatever. When you handwrite, you have to pay attention, and that's what forces your brain to encode it. Plus, you read as you write. You don't necessarily read as you type. So your brain is multiple levels of encoding. So, sorry, AP Psych teacher coming at you for there. Okay, so here's how I start off. First off, I pull up the CED before I do my reading or the flip video. All right, I would pull up the CED. I know the topic of it, okay, because I tell you the topic. All right, this flip video is on the French Revolution. This flip video is on the American Revolution. This flip video is on the Cold War, whatever. So I find that topic in the CED, okay? So that's the first thing I do. You can have it saved as a PDF. It's on our Google Classroom, or Google it, whatever, or it's on AP Classroom. There's too many classrooms. I haven't seen my classroom in so long. It's where my Oreos are, y'all. My Oreos. Anyways, you get the CED pulled up. You go to the table of contents. You click on the unit that we're on, or you just do that handy dandy Control F. Yeah. Type in the topic, American Revolution, and it'll highlight everywhere that it is. So I find that CED, okay? And first thing before I even get started, though, is... No, I'm not going to do that first. I titled the top of my page, Unit 5, and then the topic. All right, so for this little model, I did Unit 5, American Revolution. I know this is old school. Like, I don't even have a presentation for this. That's how impromptu this is. You're actually seeing handwriting. What? Paper. So I do that first, and then I go through and I want to get a feel for what is it that I need to be focused on. So I'm going to write what themes the CED says. That doesn't mean that I don't pay attention to other stuff because I connect everything in history. But like I'll look at it, and for our revolutions, nationalism and revolutions, it's topic 5.2. I'll scroll down. Okay, let's say I'm just watching the video on the American Revolution or a reading on it. Okay, I'm going to look around and I'm going to see what is it that I need. Okay, it's definitely focusing on governance, so politics, wars, policies, procedures, etc., etc. Okay, it says explain causes and effects. Okay. I don't see anything about the American Revolution here. I'm going to keep scrolling down. Oh, bam, the Americas. Okay. America's led a series of rebellions, democratic ideals. So I'm going to literally write down democratic ideals. Not the sentence, democratic ideals. That's the concept that pops out to me. American Revolution, successful establishment of republic. Oh, republic, that sounds like a buzzword. I'm going to write down republic. The United States of America was a model inspiration for the number of revolutions that followed. The American, Haitian, Latin American, blah, blah, blah. Okay. The ideas of Enlightenment philosophers. All right, I'm going to write Enlightenment philosophers down. I'm going to write Enlightenment ideals down. I'm going to write the Declaration of Independence down because that's here. American Revolution, I'm going to write that down because that's in here. And I don't see anything else that is specific to the American Revolution. So basically, I look at the illustrative examples next. Is there anything here that I need to know that's specifically American Revolution? No. It says propaganda movement in Philippines, Maori nationalism in New Zealand, Puerto Rico, German-Italian unifications, Balkan nationalisms, and Ottomanism. Okay, so none of those buzzwords are American Revolution. So I write down the buzzwords from the CED that are about whatever topic I'm about to look at. Then I go in and I watch. Here's the hard part for you. I'm not pausing the video. All I do is I have my little pen, and as I'm reading or writing, I'm writing down buzzwords. That's it. I'm literally just making a list of the buzzwords. Actions, events, documents, people, wars, battles, if there are any that they spend more than a second on, right? So, like I wrote Stamp Act, taxation without representation, Declaration of Independence, Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, Constitution, Bill of Rights, American Revolution, 13 colonies, John Locke, life, liberty, happiness, self-governing, democracy, right? Plus all my CED words. That's all I write down while I watch it. Then I turn it off. We're good. Or I might keep the reading up a little later so I can refer back to it. So for every flip video, you do get a reading that corresponds, so you can also have that up if it's a flip video and you feel a little lost. Or you can have Marco Learning up. Or you can have Ultimate Review Packet up. Or you can have literally anything it's internationally taught, y'all. You can Google it. All right? I promise you somebody has something about every topic that we cover. So this is what I list out. Then what I do is I go through and I make a couple of just brief little things here, mostly because I'm preparing for what I'm about to put on my card. So for me, I have to write it down here in my notebook first, and then I'll make my final draft. Okay? So if you're one of those, that's what you'll want to do. So I just flip the page, and I'll put the word at the top, and then all the pieces of information for my flashcard, and then I translate it over. That's what I have to do, okay? Or you might type that part up and then handwrite it on your flashcard. But I'm neurotic. So let's get to the flashcard part. So I'm going to show you with a full-size piece of paper. Please don't use a full-size piece of paper. Your parents or guardian units are going to like throw you out for costing so much money on that. But also, you're going to be tempted to write complete sentences and an essay on this. Don't do that. You want to limit your space, all right? So, you know, you can make 4 big flashcards on one piece of paper, or even make it even smaller. I wouldn't go too small because you don't want to lose it. But anyways, here's what I do. You know how I love to fold things because I like to make it nice and even because we already know that you have a neurotic teacher. So I fold it into 4 parts to make 4 nice squares. Okay, I'm going to move the rest of my stack because I don't need that. So for this first round, now I would actually use a black marker, but McFly ran away with that. You know, somebody's got to have fun on these snow days. And he's going a little stir crazy. So I get my marker, and on one side, I outline those lines. Wow, the marker's dead. Way to go, McFly. You brought me a dead marker. I can't use this. They're not going to be able to see this. God, George Martin, you are why we cannot have nice things. I have a purple highlighter. It's fine. We'll go over that. Straight line. Straightish line. Okay, so this is one side. Just 4 little things. That's nice. Here's the front. It's blank, right? Okay, well that's because, of course, I'm neurotic. All right, there. Nice, it's centered. I write the term in the middle. No, I just wrote the word term because I'm just showing you this, all right? And then I do the lines, all right? So the big word goes in the middle, so this would be like Declaration of Rights, all right? So Declaration of Rights would go in the middle, and then I do my little lines, okay? Because here's the segments. You guys are divided up by the thinking skills. You have to know region and time period. You have to know the themes, and you have to actually know a little bit about it. So with all of that, that's why I segmented the flashcard, because you can't just put random stuff. Now, I start off with the term, okay? That's easy enough. In the top left, all right, I'll put the region. For AP World, that's the Americas, Southwest Asia, South Asia, East Asia, Africas, whatever. And then I'll put the time period. And I'm going to actually do the time period that the CED says. So for right now, that would be the Americas and time period number 3. All right, and I would put that range there. Okay? AP Euro doesn't care about the American Revolution. Europe didn't care. France cared because it inspired their revolution, and well, we see how that went. But yeah, they didn't really care. England was fine. And then I'll actually put the specific dates. All right. You don't need to memorize that, but that just makes me feel better to know where in the time period it is. So that goes there. And then I do a quick drawing based off of what I heard in the video or what I read about when I close my eyes and I think of Declaration of Independence. Like, what emoji or what emoticon comes to mind? It's got to be something quick. So for me, of course, it's going to be a scroll and the feather quill. All right. So guys, this is what I'm talking. You're not Michelangelo, baby. You're not Leonardo da Vinci. You might be, but we're not taking 10 years to draw Sistine Chapel on here. Okay. You're just going to do a quick, let's see here. How do you draw a scroll? Ooh, you do a little scrolly-do, and you go down like this, and then over, and then follow that, and bam, and it says, "We, the people," and then up, here's a nice little feather, quill, there we go, bam, see? Not hard. And I did not Google image it. It's what I saw in my brain. If you cannot personalize your notes, you cannot learn it, all right? So it's what I saw. That's really good. Oh, I should just be an art teacher. No, I won't do that to people. So that's the top left-hand corner, okay? Then I label the other 3 boxes up here, all right? We've got continuity and change over time. We've got comparison. And we've got causation. My 3 thinking skills. Okay? This is what gets filled in as you go through the unit. As you look back on the flashcards after you do another flip video. If you study the previous material as you learn the new, it attaches it, first off, and it helps you fill in the blanks. All right? You're not going to be a master of everything the first night. All right? This is a long con. This is a process. So I label that. Now let's go to the back of it. And what do I put on the back? Well, we've got tons of stuff, right? We've got some stuff to know. First off, we have those themes. So spice tea, steep, whatever floats your boat, that's going to go up here. All right? We have to know what it is that they want us to know in the CED. So yeah, I will actually write the historical development learning objective that it wants me to know, because this helps me keep focus. All right, so I'm going to write the learning objective, which for the American Revolution is causes and effects of the various revolutions, because that tells me where to focus. And then I'm going to write bullet points of what is in the historical developments. So it says series inspired democratic ideals, inspired other revolutions. That's what I have to keep focus on. Okay, don't go down a rabbit hole learning all about the American Revolution. That's later. Okay, so that's what I put in that one. In the Spice Tea one, what I'll go back and fill in is, after kind of thinking about it, where does the Declaration of Independence align itself in the themes? Now, if you're AP Euro watching this, you wouldn't use Spice Tea, you would use I don't have an acronym for that one, honestly. What did we come up with? I don't know, something silly. But it would be like, interaction of Europe and the world, or cultural, or technology, whatever it fits in. You would list that theme and then a quick why. No complete sentences are going to be on this flashcard, by the way. Okay? Because remember, this is a flashcard, not a full piece of paper. So quick jot down of why it aligns with each theme. It can align with more than one. All right? Remember that. And then down here, we've got one more thinking skill. That's right. Context. So a couple of bullet points of context that's going around this term. So if it's Declaration of Independence, we've got the Enlightenment. We've got John Locke. We've got like anything else that you can bring up if this was a piece of evidence, what would be in your context, okay? Or what would they be asking about in a multiple choice question about the context? Because remember, a lot of those multiple choice questions are actually just contextualization, okay? And then over here in the bottom is just the key info. Okay, what was this? All right, what is the Declaration of Independence? Again, bullet points, and you're limited to the 1/4 of a note card, okay? So when you do your video and you go and you start making your note cards, what you'll instantly be able to do is the region, time period, the term, the key info, and maybe start the spice tea and the CED info. You can do that too. And maybe start some of the context. But the C's, you're going to be filling in as you learn more. So if your next video or reading is about the French Revolution, you would bust out your Declaration of Independence note card, and you'd write Declaration of Rights of Man and Citizen dash France. So, because that's something that is compared to. It's similar. Always identify if it's similar or different, and what region, okay? Continuity and change. After this entire unit, Declaration of Independence was a game changer. It was not demonstrating continuity, so I would write change and why, briefly. Cause. Was it a cause for anything, or was it an effect of something? It's an effect of Enlightenment ideals, so I might say effect Enlightenment ideals and list some of them. Cause, the American Revolution, right? The biggest breakup in history. So that's what I would do in the cause. You're listing your causes and effects, bullet point style. Continuity and change, bullet point style. Comparison, difference, bullet point style. In the back, what are words that we would use in a context paragraph about this, like other buzzwords that we learn throughout. What's going on in the world that's specific to when the Declaration of Independence and relevant to the Declaration of Independence, okay? And that's what you do. And you'll have this is answers, all right? These are the culmination of your flashcards are answers. They're your SAQ responses. You've literally already written the SAQ, just not in a sentence. Because one of these things is what's going to be asked about that specific term. Now, if you struggle with coming up with a term list, there's this thing called, what is it? Google. You can type in Unit 5 AP World Vocab List. Or you can go to Quizlet. Or you can go to, what's it called? Your textbook online. That might have a list of them too. All right, it's easy to get. So if you struggle with identifying the terms, pull them from something and then create this after you do the reading. Okay, now if you're doing a reading, my only suggestion is read it out loud. All right, because when you're reading it out loud, that forces you to hear it and see it, so you can't daydream about Bay coming in and rescuing from the dreaded Miss Johnson's home learning. All right, now a video, it's coming out loud to you. Do not mute me. Do not mute me. Do not speed me up, because that's where you miss some of the stuff. So I'm going to start taking that off. So you want to be able to listen, and if it helps you, pause it and say out loud what you just learned. Like summarize it. That might help you, okay? So it's all about slowing down. I know you guys want quick, easy, TikTok reel generation, 20 seconds. If I haven't mastered it, I'm a failure. No, baby, it took me 4 years to major in European history, okay? And I still don't know everything. So take your time. This is one method. Find what works for you. Now the colors, told you all about the colors. I use the colors. You can either color code the sections on each flashcard, or you see it's all in purple here. You can color code the flashcard itself. So like you could do it by theme, or you could do it by region. I like to do it for world history, actually even for Euro. I did it, is it a person? It's one color. Is it a cultural phenomenon? It's another color. Is it an event? It's one color. Is it a policy? Like I did it by what it was. And each of those had a color that I connected automatically in my mind. So like to me, culture is always blue. I don't know why, it just is. Art is pink because like that magenta color, because that's painting. I don't know, it's pretty. You know, battles are red. So whatever comes to your mind, you got to personalize it. Otherwise notes don't work. All right. If you're using somebody else's method and you can't personalize it, it won't work. All right. So I hope this helped you on this lovely snow day. If you have any questions, email me. I'm actually just sitting in my office reading a book, listening to the email dings. So if it's not a snow day when you're watching this, just ask me in class. All right. Cheers.